Hi, buddy, welcome. Alright, let's see if we can go and get some wins here. Sorry I wasn't able to post any other videos today. I just got really busy. Hopefully I can do it tomorrow. As far as a patch preview, and then I do want to do a Warhammer video too, but... okay. Anyways, we'll keep cranking here. See how we're doing. I think we were doing pretty well on Janna. It's about the same as Rakan. Like, we have games that are really good, but it feels like if you can ever get to late game and team fighting, and if your team is about even, you're probably going to win, but it is hard to... I'm going to try using this a little bit more. See if that helps at all with, like, ads and all that crap. But the problem, you know, is it's hard for you to, like, make a play. Like, you have really good like, team fight management, but you just can't make a play like you can on Rakan. But she does feel, like, really, really strong in team fights. And I like the fact that you can get, you know, Redemption and Mikhail's. I've been thinking about trying something like that on Rakan. Obviously, it's not quite the same, but especially with the shield getting a lot bigger and cheaper. I wonder if just like a shield max Rakan with like Moonstone or something would be any good. I feel like that's a no, but let me share this. Alright, let me about the chat here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I need to start putting the timestamps also. It's just Shirelius is so good though, I feel like, but...
Let's dance.
That's an okay win rate. Okay, but we gotta try to kill him though. Yeah, we gotta go offense, I think. And I'm gonna have to get Grievous. So I get this isn't the game for it. But hey, what's up, Cogmaw? Good to see you, buddy. What have you been into these days, man?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Okay. Huh. It's interesting secondary inspiration.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So her mana is going to be like really bad then.
Most good guys are just kidding themselves.
Minions have spawned.
I didn't think it was a negative comment. I think he was just asking how many mastery points I had on Rakan, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it tells you that if you look at any third-party software. It even tells you that in the game if you click it, but maybe he was in the bathroom or something. I don't know. I mean, mastery doesn't mean a ton, but like it does mean you played a champ a lot. Rakan is the type of champ where you would want to see someone who's played it before, you know? But as soon as we get the jump, she's gonna die.
An ally has been slain.
If she ever steps up. We got this huge freaking crash coming in. If we can kill him on the crash, that'd be insane. Probably gonna lose a lot here though. It should bounce. She should let it bounce, but
An enemy has been slain.
where's their jungler? Yeah, there he is. I was gonna miss him, but he flashed anyways. I don't know what he's thinking, man. But
Universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
wow. They already had a controller. That's pretty nuts.
I love evil. Evil loves me.
We're definitely getting some big advantages here. They're playing very far back. I think I did tank a lot of it, but it splashed. Bro, he's right there, man.
I do what I want. No Starguard citizen. Self-control is for star nerds. I choose fun. Forget my name, just call for the Lord of Darkness. Prince David, the Emperor of Hotness.
Well, we're not quite as far ahead as I would like, based on how well we've been pressuring.
I embrace the darkness.
It is pushing towards us, though.
I only believe in myself. Yes, I am.
Okay, Nunu's backing. His top side's up, too. We'll see what he wants to do. He's probably going to go top.
World's gonna burn. I come blazing by firelight. Boring. Dancing between the rules.
No. They know, they know. Bro, I don't... Oh, he is kind of low.
Most good guys.
Has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
It is less fun.
Nice. That was a good situation. 69%. It's a very auspicious number.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now. How do the Star Guardians see anything? Their sparkles are so darn sparkly.
Very astute. He is. Rakan's pretty well spoken. Like, he's kind of goofy, but I mean, I'm saying he's sort of my spirit animal, man. He just never shuts the hell up. He's kind of carefree and fun, and he's pretty well spoken.
An ally has been slain.
I've been way more fun. Ooh.
Okay, I gotta watch out for the Yumi. It's possible I should have gotten Mercs here.
Dance to the beat. Beat called darkness. Darkness is the new hotness. I don't apologize.
An enemy has been slain.
And he got first tower blood, but yeah, we kind of mismanaged that shit pretty badly.
Bad because I'm free and
Shit, maybe I should have stayed.
I'm bad.
I went for the Jinx, but maybe I should have stayed on the Ivern. Yeah, they've got a lot of defensive stuff.
I love and evil loves me. Thanks for playing, Dave. Infection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
They're on Vlad. Yeah, I've got to get healing reduction second. I'm pretty low on mana. Oh my god. Dude, we're about to get blasted.
Rampage.
And we're doing so well in lane too, but
Living the dream.
it's the scaling is just so hardcore.
I do what I want. Say the same.
Oof. Okay.
Cloak is woven from the whispers of starfields, the secrets of the galaxies. The
This pathing is getting me.
Ooh, and it swishes.
You know, I was actually looking at Holy Paladin. There's a chance if I do Wrath, I might want to do Holy Paladin. Because it's not as much Holy Light spam. There definitely is a lot of Holy Light, but then your instant cast one is also a lot lower cooldowns, like 5-second cooldown. And then sometimes you use Flashlight. You can heal different people, and I mean the big thing is you just have a lot of cooldowns. that are pretty interesting with like aura mastery and then sacking.
I only believe in myself.
Well, it's like you have a lot of cooldowns, or if you coordinate it with your raid, you get to pop it at different times, and there's just like it seems like a lot of pretty interesting decisions. There are some hots you want to keep up, like you've got that Sacred Shield, and then you want to make sure that you at least throw one flash heal on the person with Sacred Shield every 12 seconds. You know, you got to try to keep up your Judgment. So there are like several different things you're kind of keeping up with on the Lego. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can get the cool item too, but it was really just, I mean, what I'm looking for in a healer is just lots of different things you have to keep up with and kind of min-max. And it's getting to, you know, use different spells, but also be like effective, also be good. I should have measured that better. So the healer is also a tank. Yeah, like in arenas. But yeah, it was a bit more involved and has more cooldowns than I thought it would. That are pretty useful. Oh, yeah, we just lose this hard. That's why I didn't try to get over there so immediately. But yeah, and then like Druid is really cool, so like I was saying, Druid would probably be my... It's up there too, so you have to keep track of a lot of the hots. You're kind of, because you're like, you're spamming... I still think you probably want Life Bloom on the tank. You know, you're trying to keep up with your Rejuvenation, Regrowth, Wild Growth. So you've got like at least 4 different spells. So you've got Swift Men that you're using pretty often.
Life sucks without Zaya, but it is less complicated.
So you got a lot of different buttons you're pressing. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, like raid tanking is probably gonna be hard if you want to be a primary tank, because I really, unless you guys can get a good functioning guild, I'm probably just gonna join the guild that's already there and try to get in as many people as I can. But I think trying to start a guild from scratch, like it was so hard to manage that. Fuck, we're all about to die. Fuck, I missed the knockup. If I hit that knockup, he would have died.
Double kill. Ace.
Take a hit just so she doesn't, but...
Your turret has been destroyed.
Gonna go stare in the mirror. It's daily affirmation.
Ripley, I think, was a tank most of the time. Man, our paladin healers, I don't know. Maybe they're just bad most of the time. But they just got absolutely annihilated on the meters. Like, it wasn't even remotely close. Always. And people had said paladins were going to be, healers were OP in TBC. That's why I was a little skeptical about it in Wrath, but you get a lot of new tools. And I mean, everyone likes paladins too, obviously. You get all the blessings and use a lot of utility. Just their numbers were like kind of low in TBC, but It looks like their numbers are better, and they still have a lot of utility. Being able to prevent 30% of the damage to your whole raid for like 10 seconds by using the hand plus bubbling yourself, it's just kind of nuts, in my opinion, for a cooldown. Then you have another one, I think, that like Hand of Sacrifice, that also redirects some of the damage over to you for a limited amount of time. And I think those are on different cooldowns. So you have like separate cooldowns that are like basically extra cooldowns for tanks. Like in the main build, you don't have to go out of your way or do anything weird. Okay, I stopped his back. I'm not 100% sure if that's worth it, but... Well, now, if you're willing to... Now, someone that's like an off-tank that plays a spec that can off-tank, I think that's beneficial. If you can have a tank set just in case one of the tanks like misses, or there might be some fights where you need like 4 tanks or something. I don't know a lot of the fights in Wrath. Then that's useful, right? So like a Ret Paladin, 1 or 2 of those, you know, like one of the Druid specs. Like, all of that would be very, very useful. Maybe. There might be a large influx. I'm doubtful, but it's possible.
Perfection doesn't exist, except for my hair.
I mean, just like I said, my experience in TBC is we were trying to do it, but like 90% of the people, you know, that were on the channel and thinking about doing it ended up not doing it. And then it was just so hard to recruit strangers anyways. Then when we did find the guild, they were willing to take as many people as wanted to come, but it was, you know, we only got, you know, like 5 people over. Nice. Can we do Baron?
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me. I rescued you so you could hold my good.
I don't know what's going on with Triss. I guess he's just trying to distract. Honey trap new players. What? I mean, I only showed him my OnlyFan a couple of times to try to get him to play. Hey, come play with us. I'll show you some pics. I don't know. I don't know what's like a honey trap. I thought that was like a thing where you try to use hot girls to get dudes to do things. Buy your new soda or believe certain political beliefs or something like that. I'm not up on that slang. I'm not hip to that lingo. Not the hot girl. The dog on this? Or you mean, oh, you mean my character, the elf? Yeah. I mean, that's more for me, you know what I mean? And I would probably, if I did Paladin, I'd do Draenei. The Blood Elf Paladin's apparently pretty good, but I think I just want to do
place will look different when we're in charge, Riku. More
Alliance again, just because I already have 2 alts
far as the eye can
effectively if I do Paladin. I don't want to have, and I still have some gold. I think I gave like, I don't remember how much I gave to I don't remember his name, the other healer guy that was like our homie. We haven't seen in a while. I gave him like 5k or something when I pieced out. But I think I still had like a pretty good amount. If I want to get back into it, we'll see. But yeah, just having some like starting gold would be helpful. I don't know what the economy's looking like. Ivern, yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to be like an asshole. I'm so terrible with names. Like if I saw his face or if I was talking to him, I would 100% know who he is, you know? God, I got interrupted. I'm just like, I'm so bad with names. Even with students, like, I'm like, hey. Yeah, exactly. Leveling another character would be a pain in the ass. I've already got 2 that are 70. And also, you know, as a healer, I mean, they make it a little bit easier to farm if you want to farm, but I really like the alchemy and doing, like, auction house stuff. But if I do a paladin, I would want to do jewel crafting engineering, which is pretty expensive to level up, so...
Victory.
But you see, I don't know, like, is everything going to cost a lot or cost a little? Because that's what I don't know. Because, like, the bots are going to flood the market with, like, herbs and, like, minerals and stuff like that. So, is it going to bring down the prices on everything? Or is it going to, like, bring up the prices on everything? Because what was happening is the price was actually coming down a lot on stuff in TBC. You know, like the flasks and shit at one point were like 80 gold each. But then as the game was progressing, by the end, a lot of the flasks were going for like 30 or 35 gold. Ha! Hey, Shingo, that is a good idea. I mean, basically with my system... we have an online roster, and I totally could do it. Like, I remember the memorable students, but the quiet ones that sit in the back, because I never call on them. I mean, by the end of the semester, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Like, I remember the vast majority of students, like, when they're in the class, especially ones that talk. But, like, some of the really quiet ones, because I don't force participation in the class. I'm always, you know, I always have them talk in small groups, just so they're talking with someone about their ideas. And then they write stuff down a lot to get credit, you know, for thinking and writing stuff down. But then I'll just ask, you know, does anyone, you know, what do you guys think about this? Does anyone have an idea? And then if no one says anything in like 10 seconds, I'm like, all right. And then I just move on to the next thing. So I kind of stopped calling on people. I know everyone likes full class discussion, or everyone says they do. But honestly, like, people are so scared of public speaking most of the time anyways, that I think it's just, like, more anxiety-inducing than actually a good conversation for the vast majority of people. Like, there's, like, maybe 3 students, and even, you know, when I was growing up and going through school, it was always, like, maybe 3 to 5 people that said everything during the discussions. I was one of them. But, you know... anyways, I really should memorize it more. I had this TA one time who was so freaking good at it. Like, she knew everybody, like, almost instantly. But she taught at the high school level for, like, 5 years. And then she got tired of high school and wanted to come over. So she was a bit older. And I could tell there was a difference. I had a TA this semester who was really nice. But, like, bless her heart, she's just, like, pretty shy. And, like, just did not take a lot of initiative. Like, she was great. And I think she'll be, like, good as a teacher, but, man, having that other woman that I had before that had already taught high school for, like, 5 or 6 years is, like, night and day. She was so assertive, like, in a good way. Not, like, mean, but she had ideas, you know, She would take initiative on stuff like, hey, is it okay? I've thought of this really cool idea for how to teach them this kind of research skill. Do you think we could, work in a little section about that for 15 minutes? Could I talk about that on Tuesday? I'm like, yeah, sounds great. And then she knew everybody's name. She was like friendly, just like so at ease in the classroom. But she was much more of an extrovert, I guess. Yeah, she was cool. She's coming back. She taught at another university for a little bit. She's coming back. Her husband, actually, she and her husband live down the road, and then they've got a daughter that's about my daughter's age, and we're always talking about getting together and hanging out. I had lunch with her a few times, but we just never did. I mean, she's super busy. I'm super busy. Everybody's busy, but maybe we can get together and hang out. I like to kind of stay in the know about high school. I'm just like a curious person in general, but I like to know sort of what's going on, so that way I'm like already scouting out the high school my kids are going to. And yeah, I just want to like, I've like read all the classes and the requirements, all this stuff. I'm like already nerding out on it, and it's like already not happening for like 10 years or something. But I picked like, part of the reason we picked this house was this school zone. Like I scouted all the schools in the area, just everything about them. There were some houses in another part of town. It's like nice houses and stuff, but the schools aren't as good. I was like, nah, we're not doing that. It's really shocking to me how few people that have kids seem to prioritize the schools. I'm like, you guys realize that's like almost certainly the number one indicator of success for a lot of students. Aside from money, do you have a lot of money? Like one of the next best things is school system. It's massive. Like the quality of teachers, the quality of programs you have access to, the quality of like if they do like internships, resources, the kinds of friends and other people they're going to associate with, the kinds of clubs they have. I guess it was banned Senna. I don't know. I should have banned Talia, but it's so huge. I mean, my mom, growing up, we had a lot of problems. She was a single mom. She had me in high school, and my dad just like disappeared, was never there, and she was working Waffle House, and we lived in like basically the projects and stuff for my first 4 years. But then before I went to school, my mom and her boyfriend at the time, they saved everything they had, and they got a small house that was in like a much better school district, and she moved to the other side of town for that better school district. And I think that made a massive difference. I mean, I don't know what would have happened if we stayed in kind of the rough part of town. It probably would not have been as good. So that's, if anyone's a parent or thinking about becoming a parent, that would be the number one thing I would say is watch that school district. Yeah, I mean, that K through 12, like, a lot of it sucks. I mean, I'll be honest. I'll tell you, it's a huge problem. But it's everywhere, like with the standardized tests, just the way stuff gets taught. But to some extent, sometimes that's more of a first world problem, right? Like, oh my gosh, they're teaching me this stupid Common Core or whatever. But you've still got teachers that are trying, that care. You still have some social programs. You have like a building that's not falling apart. There's not like heroin deals going on in the bathroom. So yes, there are a lot of improvements on kind of a programmatic higher level that they need to fix in education. But, there's a lot of problems there. But at the same time, there's definitely a massive difference between struggling either inner city or rural schools and suburban area schools that have more resources. A huge part of it is the tax money comes from the local district, a lot of it for the schools. So if it's in a really poor area, those people are fucked on so many levels most of the time, because the schools are going to suck because they can't get the money to repair anything or to entice like quality teachers or whatever else. And then a lot of times the parents themselves struggle because they're working multiple jobs. They probably don't have a great education. They got a lot of problems in their life too. And so they don't have necessarily the financial or emotional resources you know, to manage their kids in an optimal way. See, I haven't seen Terex, no. Will high school matter? Yeah, it does. It does quite a bit. I mean, maybe not. Like, you can be a big influencer and you can be a big deal. And you can be a very intelligent person and not have a good high school experience or even be a dropout, but it's just the odds. It's more rare. Like, one of my friends I've met recently is really cool. She had to drop out of high school, and
Riku, how can you be tired already? We just got here.
and she's, you know, listens to different podcasts and tries to educate herself on a wide variety of things. So she's pretty intelligent about lots of things, but you're working uphill. I don't think you have to go to like a super private school. It's very expensive. Some of those places are gonna help, you know. I mean, the main thing about a private school is you're paying for the connections a lot of times. Like, your kid's gonna meet and interact with other rich people, and that can help you out a lot, right? It can open doors for jobs, all kinds of things. But that's a big thing you're paying for. They are gonna have nicer facilities sometimes, and it can be good. But I think in most places, if you move to a place with a decent public school, I think that's ideal, unless you're just like completely swimming in money. I think it's much better to spend more on a house that's like a nicer house in a better part of town that has a good public school district than it would be if you had the same amount of money to buy a crappy house in the bad part of town and spend all of your money to send your kid to a private school. That's what I think. But anyway, sorry if I went too far off on that, but I could just talk about the school system forever. So yeah, there's a lot of shit they need to fix and work on. I was telling my friend, the same one, she's got several kids in school right now, and we were talking about, you know, just how rigid the school system is, and how her kids would get in trouble for like calling out the narrative, like in a history class, saying like, hey, well, you aren't taught, why aren't we like studying or talking about this? This is a big deal. And they're like, well, that's not on the test, you know, that type of thing. And she was just shocked that I can, in my class at the university, I can basically talk about whatever the hell I want, for the most part. Like, as long as I'm teaching them quality research skills and helping them improve their writing skills, I can talk about anything, any way that I want, for the most part. I mean, within reason, right? If I'm doing something, if I was, for some reason, talking about something that was extremely, I don't know, conspiratorial or offensive, or, you know, on like a massive level, stuff like that, like maybe that'd be a problem. But most things within reason, I get a very, very long leash on what to teach and how I want to teach it. And you just don't get that in high school. Your main goal is not really to educate kids, it's to get them to pass a test, which is not the same thing. Always. Sometimes. But it's not always the same thing.
First tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
Grogga's support. Education is offensive nowadays. Sometimes it is, man. For some people, I don't know. I had a kid that got like hyper offended. I talked about this before, because I was just warning them during the mask thing. It wasn't like super clear what the policy was at my university. There were weird laws being passed in the state, and so for a couple of days it was optional to wear a mask or not last fall. Okay, we got the exhaust. And I was just telling him, I was like, guys, I'm just going to be real with you. You know, it's up to you if you want to wear a mask or not, and I'm not going to judge you adversely for that, but just be aware some people will. There will be some professors that will take it as a sign of disrespect if you don't wear a mask in their class and they're wearing a mask. So I said, so just think carefully about whether it's, you know, who the professor is and whether it's worth it or not to you. So I even told him, I was like, you can do what you want in my class. I'm going to be wearing a mask, but you can do what you want. But I was just being real. I was like, just understand your chemistry professor or whatever might hold it against you. That's just how it is. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. And this kid just wrote a super scathing review. Oh my god. Just like, this guy was saying he was going to fail everybody if they didn't wear a mask and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like... And I like... Man, it felt so bad because I gave this kid so many chances too. Like, he had like 15 absences and like turned in all this shit. Like he should have failed so many times and he didn't even have a really good excuse why he didn't. But I just helped him out because I felt bad. Because some other kids that did have really good excuses and they were having some personal problems, I gave them extensions. And I overlooked a couple of their absences to help them out. And I was like, well, if I'm going to do it for them, I have to do it for him too. I felt like I had to be fair. So like, okay. And then I just did him this huge solid. Helped him out massively. And the kid just like stabbed me in the back on reviews over just trying to be real with them and help them out so they don't get surprised in some of their other classes. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some people are just like super sensitive about some things, but like most students are very cool, very chill, awesome people. Professor, I don't need to be fair. I know, but I mean, fair is obviously a super subjective word, but nice, Black Falcon. Yeah? My school experience is pretty good. My high school and elementary. The middle school was kind of rough. Like, I mean, honestly, not compared to like a major like rural or inner city middle school, but there were fights all the time and drug deals and the middle. But I made it. It was fine. One of the teachers got fired for I don't remember if he actually literally had sex with two 14-year-old students or if he just like made out with them or what. There's something going on there that, you know, was very immoral and very illegal. And like my history class, I've told this story like a million times, but please have your jump. Oh, he's not gonna have it. But like I had a friend that just like, this is back when computers were kind of a new thing, who was really good at computers and making coding, and the teacher wanted to make his own website about something. I don't remember what it was, so he just like recruited the kid in this history class to just sit in the back and make a website for him all day. And then the kid got one helper, and he just picked me as his helper. And I was basically sat back there and just talked to him and kept him entertained. My friend, the student, and the teacher, and went and like got him candy and soda and shit from like the vending machine. And I just didn't do shit in that class ever. And he just gave me an A. Yeah, no one wears masks around here anymore anyways, but this is like last fall. Oof. That Q barely saved
Sometimes
there.
the agents of darkness need a break.
That's just being an entrepreneur, I guess, yeah. But yeah, so the middle school was kind of problematic, and that's why I was like, we were looking at some places that were zoned for that middle school. I was like, nope. Yes, it was a long time ago. Things can change over, you know, so many decades, but I was like, nah, we're not going to that middle school. As far as, yeah, and I mean, that's just common sense, right, Visigoth? That's the same thing as, like, I wore a mask just because, like, I wanted to respect the students. Like, wearing a mask is not really as much about you as it is about other people. I feel like that's how I always interpreted it. But, yeah, I would still wear it because students are wearing it, but honestly, near the end of last semester, I stopped wearing it in one of my classes because literally no students were wearing a mask by the end of the semester. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna take it off then. I also was a little worried there might be some or like mask haters or something, so. But my other class, I took it on, because there were still a couple people that were wearing it.
Shut down.
So yeah, it is about respect. And if there's someone else that if I was dealing, certainly with a superior, like my boss or something, who's wearing a mask, yes, obviously. I don't know. Like, that's what I was trying to tell that student, and they just don't really get it. It's like, dude, sometimes when you're talking with your boss or any other figure of authority that has a lot of power over you, you have to adjust how you're talking and how you're acting in order to interact with them in a professional way. That's not sacrificing your foundational values. It's just having a modicum of sense about audience and decorum. I mean, it's about just showing respect more than anything else. And I mean, again, most adults understand this, and he was young, and I was trying to, like, explain to the class, and I think most of the class got what I was trying to say, but yeah. I mean, that was, like, literally one of the main focuses of the class, is understanding audience. Oh, she missed! God. Really wish he didn't miss that. I could have gotten her there, maybe. I don't know.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Janna is annoying and very good in Rakan. Yeah, but I don't know what I could have taken here. Like, yeah, Rakan's not ideal. I was, like, having a lot of fun talking about whatever we were talking about. Being exposed to drugs in middle school. Yeah, that was about the time. I never was around people that in middle school that were doing that many hard drugs. People smoking weed. And I've never smoked, but a lot of my friends did at the time. Oh, a lot of my friends did and didn't. I had a really diverse friend group. I spoke the language of clownery, so it worked. Just kind of the goofy, weird, nerdy kid, but that had, like, pretty good social skills for the most part, though. I was, like, super friendly. Which was very good in middle school, man. So, like, a lot of people were at least on friendly terms with me and kind of knew who I was. I remember, this one guy who a lot of people didn't like around the school, but he was my friend. I think it was him. Came up and just like acted like he was like pushing me and joking around or something, and this girl came up who was pretty gangster, like pushed him into a Coke machine and said like, "Don't you fucking touch him," or something like that. And then I was like, "It's chill, he's my friend." She's like, "All right." And that happened a couple of different times with different people in different situations, but people just like to take care of me. I was just this like skinny little nerd kid that was super friendly, and a lot of people just did not want to see anyone fucking with me. So that was pretty funny. Got him! The switcheroo. Also, I mean, maybe I had a rep too, because I always got $2 for lunch. And I really didn't need it. I, like, brought my own lunch that was okay. And I just needed, like, $1 for, like, I don't remember, like a chocolate milk and an ice cream or something back then. So I had an extra $1. And there was this other really nice, like, poor guy who happened to be, like, pretty popular among a lot of the other poor people. I wasn't really thinking of it that way, but I thought of it back then. And he was just a nice dude that just didn't have a lot of money, and he, like, pretty much never had a lunch, so I just gave him my $1. And then he would get some snack or something like that.
Evil loves me.
So that probably helped. I can't remember his name, but he was probably telling, you know, a lot of his friends, yo, you wouldn't believe this guy, man. He gives me this $1 every day just to hook me up.
I do what I want.
Which again, I wasn't thinking about it in like a really, you know, Machiavellian, utilitarian sense, but that probably helped my rep in a lot of circles. That type of stuff.
Darkness? Perfection doesn't exist. Except for my hair.
Because, you know, I wasn't made of money. Like, we were poor, but we were not as poor as a lot of people. Or at least I didn't feel that way. At that point. At that juncture. Like, early on, yeah, we were really poor when I was, like, under 5. But then by the time I got to middle school,
But it is less complicated.
a lot of people had it way worse than I did. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill them or not. I really don't like the Divine Sunder. I wish he went Trinity.
Living the dream.
It's like they don't really have an assassin, right? If anyone gets on him, he's going to die.
Killing spree.
And they don't have a lot of poke, so it's like the sustain. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but tank killing? Okay, I mean, is it better against Volley and Udyr? I guess. Okay. I mean, I don't know all the math on it.
I only believe in myself. Oh, and
I feel like we're getting baited here. Yep. I should have probably just run.
sometimes we agents of darkness need a break.
I mean, it does percentage, but it does a lot less flat damage.
Your turret has been
Like, is that for ranged? 9% ranged.
Darkness is the new hotness.
Like, I don't know the math on that. Is 9% more than, like, what Trinity would give you? Like, 200% base plus, like, stacking movement speed and extra base damage? I don't really know.
Life is way more fun.
Maybe it is. Who knows? Ezreal in general is not going to be insane against tanks. I remember, like, his old slow build was pretty cool. The blue Ezreal. But
Safety is boring, Miku. Let's start a fight.
yeah, you get more out of being melee, though. Right?
I dance to the beat. Beat.
DF doesn't have ult. Oh, if that was blue card. Ha! He cleansed the blue card. I think he just cleansed the blue card, right?
Safe is for nerds.
Destroyed a turret.
Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now.
Shit. Damn, they turned it around.
Forget my name, just fall for the Lord of Darkness. Prince of Evil, the Emperor.
I think I just get Knight's Vow
The universe.
and just put that on Olaf.
I'm just helping it along.
Colorblind. This TF's getting worked on CS, but
I choose fun.
Enemy killing spree. Shut down. Unstoppable.
Good in tar.
one more. Ah,
Swear. And I embrace the darkness. Woohoo! Woo! Being bad just feels so good.
look at that vision, man. We're hooking it up. Getting those map hacks. Nope.
World's gonna burn. I'm amazing by firelight.
Janna's around there too.
I don't apologize.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth. What's the cooldown on that? It's kind of fast, but not insanely fast.
Riku, I did not rescue you from a cold dead planet so that you could laugh at me.
Oh, that's gonna be Baron.
Ally
Right
has
here
been
and tell me
slain.
I look good. I do what I want.
down.
Nice. Or actually, I don't know, something. I guess he's on the bottom side. I don't have anything that... Oh shit, really? Oh my god.
Living the dream. The dream of darkness.
Ezreal just like fucking ran bottom. It's like super obvious they're coming over here. On the plus side, if you lose, you can say two bear gap. Yeah. This is a pretty good game. Both these games have been pretty good, I think. Oh, someone, was it Vanakin last game? Sorry, I just remembered a comment where Vanakin said, I did super well even though the person was hating on me. I don't think the ADC was ever hating on me. He might have been, and maybe I just didn't see it or remember it, but I think he was complaining about the jungler. Because we actually did pretty well in lane.
Life is way more fun.
I gotta start being more cautious with wards. I've been like entirely too greedy recently, trying to clear wards. Shit. Well.
Has been slain.
Safety is
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Why is he going way over there? Oh, he's matching Volibear. Okay. Can't.
Most good guys just kidding themselves.
Damn it.
Safe is for nerds.
Shut
I do
down.
danger.
This is getting weird.
Has been slain.
Alright.
Sometimes we agents of darkness need a break. Doing the right thing was boring. I'm way more fun now. I am mad because I'm free, and I am free because
He needs that Death's Dance, dude, the Olaf. I think, right?
the universe tends towards chaos. I'm just helping it along.
What the fuck is this? Holy shit! Okay, I should have used way, way more.
Enemy double kill.
I thought Olaf was gonna stomp him. Oh, she didn't take Moonstone either, but... I mean, he's healing for a decent amount. Janna's ult still heals for a lot. Damn, well, I fucked that up. I should have used every cooldown. Yeah, I feel like Trinity is a lot better on Olaf. I just did not understand that matchup. I was like trying to hold my exhaust. I should have definitely used Knight's Vow. Okay, so am I going Grievous or am I going like... Fucking no. What would help do more damage? Some magic damage. I guess just like Zeke's.
Used to be a square. Then I embraced the darkness.
Okay. Maybe didn't need to use Flash there, but... I did not want him to get away. Yeah, Zeke's just adds more on-hit damage. Like, we don't have a great setup for that, but at least it's something. I mean, I don't know. It's either that or Grievous. Like a Grievous wound item, but... Shit, Olaf's gonna get our inhibitor too. Or not Olaf, dude's gonna get our inhibitor too. Damn it, he's just gonna win, or what? Olaf can't beat him under tower? What the fuck?
I do what I want. No star gun. Safe to say.
Holy shit. I got stunned mid-W. So unlucky. Oh my god, Ezreal, please. Dude, you had to hit that Q. I think we're just dead anyways, though. I think maybe it was just the build. It just feels like this is not enough damage. I don't know about Deadman. I mean, maybe Deadman's... Like, I feel like Trinity and Death's Dance need to be in there for sure. Like, I don't know. And TF is just like not doing any damage. Like, we just don't have good champions against tanks. Ezreal obviously is bad against tanks. I mean, we might still be able to win, though. It's not, like, totally over, but... I should have bought a,
But it is less complicated.
Kindle Gem, too. Wasn't paying attention. We don't have everybody. Oof, that's really bad. You gotta use that ult to run away right before a fight. Or it's like tickling tickling this bear. Yeah. It's just not enough, too much dive, not enough beef. This is kind of a bad comp. And then, of course, Janna is really, really good late game, too. I mean, Kha'Zix did a great job of just killing her almost every fight, but we just got outscaled turbo hard. Two bear diff. Yeah. Udyr, I don't feel like was that much of an issue. I mean, he's okay against our comp, but obviously the Volibear was a big-time deal. And, just late game, Victor, Kaisa is just so much more damage than TF and Ezreal. Our comp just doesn't make a ton of sense. I've never been a big fan of Kha'Zix. I don't know. Like, I know he has a high win rate sometimes, but yeah, it's just like Udyr can feel good if your team is doing really well, right? And it's like you're kind of a complementary piece, you know? Okay. It's only been 2 games, but man, those games, like, those games are some thinkers, man. How was I doing on, Janna? I think we were about 50-50 from what I remember. Yeah, it's basically the same thing as Rakan. Almost literally. As far as, I mean, obviously I've got a lot more games on Rakan, but they're both basically 50% and almost the same KDA within 1/10 of a point. Lux. Now, Lux was a pretty small sample size. That was in a very, very specific meta. I mean, I could maybe look at Lux again, but she has been nerfed some. I know, but it's such a small sample size. Like, technically, my Tahm Kench win rate is also good, but again, very small sample size, very specific matchups. But yeah, that was when, like, the heavy push meta, it was like Caitlyn, Misfortune, and Jen were all super good, and then if I had one of those on my team, I'd play Lux. And you just, like, push them in. It's what a lot of people are playing Zyra and Brand, I think, as well, and Lux is pretty good at that. I think she has received some nerfs, but she's still pretty good. Maybe I could look at it. Yeah, but the meta has changed a lot, I think, since I played Kench. I don't know. There might be some places where I could look at Kench again. It's like if you're protecting a hyper carry, you know, if I've like maybe with Jinx or Senna or something, but what was my Renata? Renata felt pretty good in some games, but that's 50-50 with Renata. I'm like about 50-50 with a lot of champs, but Just really small sample sizes. Yeah, I mean, you control your ADC if you want. I feel like Kench is a lot better against melee champs, though. Melee, bottom. I feel there's just not a lot of melees. Yeah, Renata is still good. I don't know. No bias from here. But she can just be caught out and blown up so easily in the mid game. That's one thing that I do like about Janna, is usually she can be pretty safe for an enchanter. Yeah, you don't want someone to get filled bottom, but maybe if everyone else can carry him.
Grounded.
Our top player plays ADC. Oh lord. Is everybody... Sona? I guess let's do Rakan.
Let's dance.
I was trying to think, like, I don't want to do Janna into Sona. I could just try to go for an outscale, but I think we just try to go for a kill here. I mean, I kind of want to switch it up and do something else, but it's like... It just seems like the best call. So we can get Grievous, maybe second here. I mean, I think it looks fine. Okay, they dodged. But, like, the players maybe are not fine, because everybody's kind of auto-filled or something. Yeah, Cass... Well, yeah, he's pretty good. And a cat. Does his, Q silence? Or does it stop channeling? Morbius. Man, I wish that movie wasn't so bad. I heard it was just absolutely atrocious. Because I like vampire stuff. I kind of feel bad for Jared Leto, man. He just, I don't know if it's his fault. Like, I never go see the movies that he's in, but they're just always awful. That's what it seems like. Seems like he's the, like the Ben Affleck of today, right? It's like, not necessarily a bad actor, but he just takes like the freaking worst roles. I heard it was really bad. What is that? Kardashians? What is that? I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen enough. I hate to just say someone's just, like, it's always the actor, because there's so many... Maybe he is a bad actor, I don't know. But there are, like, so many factors that go into making a movie good. Give you an A, Professor. Hey, what's up, Quickham? Sure, man. Yeah, what else was he in? God, he was in, he was like that Joker. Like, the DC, well, I mean, I guess they're all DC Jokers, but he was trying to be Joker, and then got replaced there. I can't remember what else he was in. Okay, see, I haven't seen Dallas Buyers Club. I haven't seen a lot of it. I'm probably just focusing on just the bad stuff. He's probably done some good stuff, too. But, I mean, it's how the hell are you going to beat Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Like, that guy's a madman. Kind of a very peculiar person from what I've seen, but, man, he can act. He's very good at his craft. 30 Seconds to Mars for me. But I always thought Morbius was... I mean, I didn't go super deep into the war, but like I said, I always liked Marvel and vampire stuff, and I was really hoping that was going to be good. I've heard they might try to use him in some other stuff. Yeah, Suicide Squad, that's what it was. Didn't they do something with... I haven't seen anything with Margot Robbie in it. She's all over the place, though. I watched a thing where she was like... David Blaine was doing some magic with her and some of her friends and family. Seems kind of like an interesting person, but I've never seen any of her stuff. I think she was, Did she do a standalone Birds of Prey? Is that out yet? It's like just Harley Quinn.
Grounded.
Why is it like always bad? Why is like everything in DC except for Batman, like certain Batman movies? I think some of the Superman movies were okay. I just haven't seen a lot of them. But why is like almost everything in DC so bad and compared to Marvel? Like, what is wrong? Because it seems like they have interesting lore, they have interesting characters, they just always fuck it up. I never like did a lot of DC stuff when I was a kid. I was all about Marvel. I collected the cards, had some comics and stuff. But just what little I know about DC, it seems like they should have some decent stuff. Okay, maybe the animated movie's where it is. Yeah, maybe they're trying to do it too different than Marvel. They're trying to be too gritty and dark or something. Karma? Why would I play Karma? Yeah, the Blade movies were badass when I was a kid. Yeah, Marvel is going... like, the R-rated Deadpool it has been pretty good. The second one was, like, alright, but the first one was awesome. But yeah, I mean, they are trying to find ways to interweave a lot of stuff. I guess let's do Rakan. I mean, like, Janna's good, but with Kaisa, you really want Dive. And Fiddlesticks, you obviously want Dive. Exactly. It's not super dark. It's R-rated. I mean, the thing is, comic book, a lot of it is still, you know, geared towards a younger audience. Like, the big blockbuster stuff is just gonna be, like, teen or family-oriented stuff. Like Spider-Man and things like that. So a lot of, you know, those movies are really expensive to make, and they want it to do really well. Like most, you know, everyone that's involved wants a movie to make a lot of money. So you got to make it mass appeal. So the R-rated thing, it can work, but it's a much smaller audience. So I don't know. We'll see. They're almost all AD except for Cassidon. Senna is really annoying, but we'll do Ignite. We'll try to get some kills. Yeah, Senna, I mean, I've beaten her a few times these days. I would honestly rather face Senna, probably, than Talia. And What's that Pontiff, by the way?
All right, let's go. This way or that way?
Stick to the plan.
We have a plan?
We always have a plan.
Huh. Really? What humans call magic,
Welcome to
we call
Summoner's
life.
Rift.
Peekaboo.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Thanks.
For what?
Not saying I told you so.
Oh my god, he started Q. Bruh. Nah, yeah, it is a smaller audience. I mean, there might be some people that do it, but there are going to be a lot of people that are like R-rated. All right, I'm not taking little Timmy and little Jenny, who are like 10, to go see that, you know? There will be some parents who don't give a crap. My mom was like that. I was watching Terminator when I was like 5. 5 or 6. I was watching Alien,
Burn this world to the ground.
you know, and stuff when I was like 10.
Where I would live alone forever.
Maybe not that. Maybe like 12 on Alien, but yeah, I mean, I was watching horror films, and I was definitely watching action shoot-'em-up films
Pay attention.
when I was much younger. Yeah, first Terminator. I think. Maybe the second one. I don't know. Just all of that stuff, man. Those like 90s, late 80s, early 90s action films. The thing is, those are marketed towards kids, though, too, which was hilarious.
So cruel.
Had like Terminator action figures and stuff. And it's like hard R. First one's pretty good, man. It's iconic. The second one's probably the best one.
Why, thank you.
I think most people would say the second one's the best one, but
Definitely talking about you, honey.
the first one is definitely pretty damn good.
Did I tell you I love you?
That's how it is with a lot of trilogies. Not all, but I think many people, like, you can make a case for the second one being pretty strong. Like with the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I think most people would say the second one is the best.
Not as beautiful as you.
With that Dark Knight trilogy, I think most people would say the second one is best, right? The one with Joker. I mean, the Bane, that was pretty good too. Like, the third one was pretty good too, but I still think most people think the one with Heath Ledger Joker and the second one is the best.
No, you got a problem?
Star Wars depends. I mean, you could make an argument Empire Strikes Back is pretty good. A lot of people like the third one.
Think of something.
But yeah, it seems like it's like the Aliens second one's usually considered the best.
You forgot the plan.
It seems like the usual formula or progression is first one introduces ideas, can be like pretty good. It's solid, but it's got a relatively small cast. Pretty focused, unified ideas in most trilogies. Second one goes a little bigger. They might have an extra villain. They might add a couple extra characters. But it's still holding true to a lot of its main ideas and just following up. And then the third one, usually they try to go too hard. It's like too many characters, too much complexity with the ideas and the plot. Sometimes gets convoluted. Like, that's obviously a huge overgeneralization, but I feel like that type of stuff is how it usually goes down in a lot of trilogies.
Can we just...
We must keep moving.
Yeah, Matrix 1 is an exception, I think, because the concept was, like, really the driving force, and you already had so many interesting characters in the first one. I agree, the second one is weaker than the first one. And the third one in most trilogies is almost always, like, the worst. It is hard to follow up and have a third one that's really good. Maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't remember the best Lord of the Rings, but... We can't. Are you fighting or what? He's coming? Nice. It's interesting why that is, though. Like, as a film, if I was a film studies person, it's just like I said, you just feel compelled to go bigger and better every time. One movie in 3 installments. I know, but you can still talk about them separately, I think. Yeah, I'm kind of the same, bro. From what I remember, the second one was pretty damn good. What's the one where they fight that big-ass bat? I mean, that's like every one where they fight the big-ass battle. But, where Gandalf comes over the hill at, like, the last minute and gets everybody. Is that the second one? I don't know. I mean, they're all really good. It's been a long time since I've seen them. That's Two Towers. Yeah, I feel like that's the best one. Like, that sequence, that siege, that whole thing was just so badass. There's, like, a lot of the stuff that I remember from that movie involved that siege. Especially, like, fuck, I forgot his name. The elf guy, like, sliding down the stairs, shooting everybody up. Like, it was serious, but they were having fun, too, and just kind of blasting people. It was good. A lot of movies like no CGI. Yeah, it was really done well. It was still infancy of CGI. What was that, like 2002 or something? I think Spider-Man was one of the first ones that like the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man that actually had like pretty good CGI for the time. You're like, all right, this doesn't look like total garbage. And that was just a couple years earlier. $20 years ago. Man, it was just the other day, dude. My wife, I was listening to some Dave Matthews and when I was cleaning the house, and she was cracking up. At first she said, "Oh, this is the new one." It was one that came out in 2001 versus one that came out in 1995, is what she said. This is his new stuff, man. It's that fire.
Not as beautiful as you.
Now, I never watched a lot of the classic good horror movies from the 80s. I need to go back and watch. I've seen some of them. But, like, watching Stranger Things, apparently it's based on, like, Nightmare on Elm Street. Is a huge one, and I never saw that. And there's some, like, Freddy stuff. I never saw that. Hellraiser, never saw that. Like, I probably would have liked those things. I think A Nightmare on Elm Street is considered one of the greatest horror films of all time. Like, I probably should see that at some point. The original one. I don't know. There's like a million, to the king.
Zaya? I think we got a problem. No, we got a problem?
Really? Why the fuck is he there? Okay, well, at least they're kind of inting.
There's wildness in the bees and the flowers. It's just a fury humans don't see.
He's gonna get him though, right? With an E? What? Oh my god. Dude. Dude. Seriously? He fucking forgot?
Red ones, I need them so bad.
He was trying to ward the bush and he forgot he had it. Holy. She doesn't have ult.
Thank you, honey. Let's have a look, shall we?
What's after this?
Road, another horizon.
Good.
Fucking give me the ward. Okay, I don't know what I was doing. I was pressing the wrong button for sure, though.
Rakan has arrived.
She does pretty good damage. Okay, well, we got the flash. I actually did not have my W, but that's fine. I'll trade it. And if he ults, we could be in trouble here. They might. Does Fiddle have ult? Fiddle does have ult. Seriously?
They ain't ready for what I'm bringing.
God, the roam.
Count yourself lucky.
Damn, that was brutal.
I'm offended by how little attention he gives.
That cast in roam, like, Fiddle could have ulted and probably killed everybody if it wasn't for that cast roam.
I will make them hear.
Fucking item.
They're too busy building. Thanks, babe.
It's gonna be okay. I know that. I'm gonna show people.
Is that a counter gank top? Where was that?
How do you like me today?
More than less than mine.
Oh my god, dude, that was so fucking horrible. Why didn't she just kill the Senna? I cannot believe she didn't just kill the Senna.
An enemy has been slain.
Why didn't Victor ult that?
Magic is supposed to be scary. Love
What is happening?
supposed to hurt. Ecstasy needs a little fear.
She had an okay shield on her. They're like a 200 shield. But if you just like keep hitting the Senna, then Jin can't hit you back because he ran in the bush. But because she overchased on the Jin, then they're both hitting her. She had to step out of position to try to kill the Jin. Welcome to the mid game where your team just always makes terrible decisions, but like their team's not making terrible decisions.
No. No, I do not.
That's just two players fucking up hard.
They will remember my name.
Alright.
Come on. Long ago, our kind danced only the embers remain.
Do I even want to try to make a play here? Like, this has just been such a train wreck.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oof.
Enemy double kill. Double kill.
Okay, I mean, Fiddlesticks is going, but...
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, she doesn't have that. Fuck. Why didn't she ult earlier when I knocked her up? Cassidon, of course. This is like his favorite spot. Somehow Cassidon against Victor has had priority the entire game, taken first tower, and sat bottom. And he's basically even on CS.
I look good. I feel good. Let's kick some ass.
Like, how does... Whenever I go on the Senna with the W, how does she not just immediately R and then pull it all back with E and just blow her up? Did she just not... I'm pretty sure she had her ult, right? The whole time? I think she's just saving it for, like, defensive purposes. But it's like, dude, sometimes you gotta use that for the kill, man. It's a lot of damage. It does, like, okay upfront damage, but then the big one is when you rip all the feathers back, like, it's pretty good.
I think they underestimate my charm. How is that even possible?
You're not gonna catch him, Set. Come on, man. Why are you blowing ghosts on that? Yeah, what's up, David G? Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Humans will never understand our kind until they...
I mean, Akali's kind of a hard champ to play. I don't know.
An ally has been slain.
I wouldn't call Akali's a no-hands champ. It's not. He's not like a Garen player or something. Yeah, like, clearly doesn't play Xayah. He was gonna play Triss. It's like, dude, just play what you want to play. Like, you don't have to play what you think is a, you know, good lane matchup. Well, I mean, usually the person I'm CCing is the person she should kill. Like, in that fight, she should have switched over to the Senna and used her ult. Senna has Ignite. She doesn't have Barrier. I don't know. I think Akali's kind of hard to play. I mean, yeah, if she has like 6 items, sure, it's basically no skill when she just jumps on top of you. But I think a lot of the rest of it is... I think she's pretty hard to play. Yes, do not trust her at all.
Because I'm sexy.
Not now.
Fiddle's super fed, but... Well, you have to, like, manage the energy. I don't know. I'm not, like, an Akali main or anything, obviously, but... I would give Akali at least, if you're trying to be a good Akali player, like, a 9 out of 10. Maybe an 8 out of 10 at the lowest, as far as, like, challenge to maximally play the champ.
I don't want a world that's safe.
Because, I mean, like, you gotta hit your Qs, you really need to hit your E, you gotta make the judgment call, and if you're going in on the E or not, you gotta understand, like, your energy management. Sometimes you gotta wait a few seconds. Like, you go in, you do some stuff, you smoke, you wait a few seconds, and then you go back in. Because you have to have just the right amount of energy. Man, top is annihilated, bottom's annihilated. Maybe they go for this Victor and we can do something. Really? Where the fuck is Fiddle? He's just literally running around in circles? I mean, I guess he doesn't have his ult. Man, I'm so confused this game. 100% stop the smoke, that's right. You gotta smoke up right in the middle of a fight. Hashtag Akali life. Yeah, I'm probably good with just packing this one in. I don't really like to surrender, but it's just not happening, and it's not getting any better. Camille and Cassidon being like turbo fed. Like, Fiddlesticks has kills, but
I feel like my allies aren't recognizing how amazing my cloak is. I mean, seriously.
An ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, if people want to play it, I'll play it, but God.
The only way to understand magic is to
This is why sometimes I don't like hovering Rakan. This is why I usually don't hover Rakan, is because Xayah is really hard to play optimally. She's off meta for most people. And people just want to do it because you're playing Rakan. It's like, it's not that big of an advantage to have a Rakan on your team if you have a Xayah. It's like, okay.
burn 'em up.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not... You get to jump in a little bit further on your E, and if you do an all-in early with the W, you do a little bit more damage. Like... But you have to be coordinated. You have to know exactly what you're doing to really leverage that early game strength. And most people who play it aren't Xayah mains. They only play it because they see you with Rakan, and they're like, oh, this is my chance to try out Xayah.
They will see my dance.
I don't know. I think Ezreal... I mean, I've seen some good Ezreals, but... I don't know. I'm not sure about Kalista and solo queue. I mean, Lucian is good. Jinx. I think Jin's still good. Misfortune can be good.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Fucking, I was dead.
All right.
If they collapsed on me, I think I was dead. Damn, there's traps everywhere.
An enemy is godlike. An enemy has been slain.
I got freedom.
Yeah, Kalista, I think, is definitely a pro kind of thing.
That's who I am.
I can't give up all this.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy rampage.
Probably all dead, yeah.
An enemy is legendary.
I think if I was there, we still die. Like, Cassidon's full health. They get soul. Camille's pushing top. I don't know.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Did I tell you I love you?
I agree with Lucian being top in, like, the silver to platinum range, but I don't know about those other ones. There aren't that many ADCs that just feel like turbo oppressive. Like, you cannot let this be on the enemy team. Like, that are worth banning in solo queue, I don't think.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Raya? I think we got a problem.
The only one I would even consider might be Lucian, but Lucian's, like, not as good, like, super late game. Well, it sucks I got the huge ass shutdown there, but
I'm a humble entertainer. Really, darling? Yeah, I'm the best.
well, Senna, I mean, I guess she's a support primarily, but I don't know. I don't even know if Senna deserves a ban. Maybe. I mean, Sena'd be up there, something I'd think about. I would still ban Talia, but... Alright, what the hell are we buying here? I don't even know. I guess Zeke's. I mean, we have to have more damage right now.
This looks like another dangerous situation. Thankfully, I can improvise.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Holy. Dude, is that Cassian? Holy shit. He's got like 1 HP. taking like multiple tower shots, but this doesn't matter. I mean, she's gonna one-shot me. Like I'm just dead, you know. So we just cannot kill the Kassadin or the Camille.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Twitch, I think, is underrated in solo queue too. Silver to plat, at least.
I have a cunning plan.
Really? What is it?
I'm not gonna tell you. That's the really cunning bit.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
What are those things humans wear on their feet?
Shoes.
I need shoes. Red ones. I need them so bad.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Name one genius that ain't crazy.
He's gonna get away. Oh, no, we got him. Okay.
Thank you, honey.
Shut down.
Well, I mean, we're getting some kills. It sucks I got that 1,000 gold, but it's like the scaling is so hard in their favor. We've got 3 inhibitors down. I mean, yeah, 3 ults for Cass all day, every day at this point in the game. Anything
But you
to get kills. Like, the ult cooldown is not that long. Like, mine's already back
Your inhibitor
at this point in the game. Like, it's not a very big resource this day and age. Most ults are like a minute or less. Especially when, like, the death spawn timers are like 30 seconds. Like, it's gonna take you a minute before you can even really get back out on the map and do anything. We're gonna have Baron, Soul, Elder pushing in with 3 inhibs down. I guess 2 inhibs down right now. My neck is feeling weird. I gotta sit up better.
How do you like me today?
More than yesterday, less than tomorrow.
Camille's gonna like 1v3. This is just like not even really a game. Like, what's Set gonna do right there? Like, he doesn't even have smite, you know what I mean? I mean, what is he thinking? Like, I'm gonna flash in there and
Aced.
punch it.
An enemy has been slain. Your
Everyone just imagines they're gonna make like that 1% play, but I don't know. I mean, it's a horrible situation either way. I think our best plan was probably just, if we couldn't get there in time, just let them have the Elder, And then maybe sit in a bush or something and just hope they face check the bush near raptors or something like that. Yeah, we just didn't have the right crew there. Damn, man, these games are so hard. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like, a Gragas ult is relatively risk-free, though. You know what I mean? Like, if they're going to let you stand around the Baron Pit or whatever, and you can throw something like a projectile to try to hit it, sure. But it's just the people who, like, flash over the pit without smite that just try to do a normal ability that's going to do, like, 100 damage to it. You know, basically int to try to kill it. Like, that's the problem. Yeah, I mean, it was a Gragas ult, Lux Laser, I mean, whatever. Jinx Rocket, sure. Why not? It's just the flash and int for the 1% is not worth, I don't think. I mean, if you're a jungler with Smite, yeah, or Cho'Gath with ult or something like that, that's a little different. I'm not. If by big brain you mean play something like ultra off meta, I'm probably not gonna do it, man. Especially his first pick. Unfortunately, I know people like weird picks. Haven't we played with Bloodface today? Maybe that's somebody else. Play for draft. I get to know one of their picks. Yeah, but I think just like playing my pick around the draft, like there's some of that, but I think you should just play your best champion most of the time. I might play Janna this game, but like that last person trying to pick Xayah because Xayah is good with Rakan when the person can't play Xayah is like, you know, I'd rather they just play something they're actually good on.
Grounded.
I mean, it's cool, like, if you can kind of match it to a draft, but most of the time you just want to play what you're good at. Like, Rakan does fit into, like, you know, almost any comp, but
The Tempest is at your command.
I think Janna with Jhin is pretty good. Because he gets, like, you get that extra AD, and he has so much scaling with AD and crit, like, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, you know, Rel is one of Rakan's worst matchups, too. But I kind of like Janna with Jhin. Yeah, but it's never really on paper, man. It's, like I said, the thing is, most people just don't play. Like, there are very, very few, like, Xayah mains. Then she's almost always nerfed because of pro play. Because Rakan's, like, always good in pro. And then whenever Xayah's good, then it's just, like, too much if someone gets both of those. Arcane Season 2 coming out. I think it's December. At the earliest, it's 1 year. It might even be later than that. Like, no high-end show is going to have a season that's out faster than a year this day and age, I don't think. I mean, Shaco's pretty good. Like, if you're a good Shaco, most Shaco players are Shaco mains. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad Shacos, but I've seen some good Shacos too. I think our comp's pretty solid. Like, Victor. I mean, Victor, I think, is probably a good champ right now. Fiora's obviously good. Jin's good. Janna's good. I think comp's pretty solid. Will he go tank Shaco with Chemtech? I mean, there is that. Like, people build weird shit on Shaco all the time that's, like, not optimal. I mean, top does matter, like, playing around the Fiora, but I would still play around bottom. I mean, Jin's good, too. Fiora has very limited follow-up. Like, it's really hard to gank for Fiora. What are you going to do? I mean, I guess, like, Mord doesn't have a ton of escapes, but... I mean, I would still play around bottom and keep Shiv off of dragons. It's just too much. Too much advantage to playing around bottom. You get dragons, you get your 2 people ahead, you get 2 of them behind. Dude, Jin, why would you walk that way? He could have easily just walked towards me. The fuck?
With ease.
Minions have spawned.
Breathlessly.
Yes. Yes, you, like, almost always play for bot. Like, maybe when Rift Herald comes up, you can look at top.
Upon the
And still, it's just... Even it's at a very fundamental, basic mathematical level. You're suppressing 2 of their people. You're helping 2 of your people. And you're getting dragons.
the storm approaches.
Through my work shall transcend.
ADCs are also usually pretty worthless if they're behind, and really strong if they're ahead. And if you put pressure on bottom, it'll stop the support from roaming a lot of times, if you're worried about the support roaming.
With ease. In harmony. Upon the wind.
Oof. If he hits a W on him. Oh, there's. I didn't even see the Shaco. Hell yeah. Got heal and flash, I think. Fuck. If I would have seen the Shaco, maybe I could have, like, flash tornadoed or something. I don't know if that would have mattered, though. She tries to jump me. Look at his Q.
With
Oh, damn it. I should have taken second wind. They're basically even on CS. I don't know where the Shiv is.
As you wish.
This passion compels me.
See if she's willing to try to jump me.
Swiftly.
Really? How the fuck does that prioritize me over that minion there? Shyvana might be in the area. I do have all Psalms still.
Breathlessly.
Has no meaning. Should have, shall.
As you wish.
She's gonna be on the dragon, probably. Can't stop her, because Shaco's not playing around bot. Like, if Shaco was here, instead of goofing around wherever the hell he is, again, like, that would have been a double kill. If he just came over this wall, or, like, came over right there. But as it stands, she's probably gonna get dragon. I don't even know if we can fucking push this fast enough. Yeah.
In harmony.
Nice.
Breathlessly.
Alright. You had to farm topside. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You do have to farm some stuff sometimes. I don't know the exact cadence. It looked like he was trying to gank middle once or twice.
Been slain.
Face the crowd.
By your command.
1, 2.
With
Hit her with the W.
Enemy has been slain.
Nice. Did Mord auto her to death? No, he hit her with a Q.
swiftly.
I don't know where Shiv is.
You will learn what beauty truly is.
Breathlessly.
I've got ult.
An ally has been slain.
Kind of wondering if I should just bait him or... Fuck! Yeah, I should have just ulted and healed. I was getting too greedy with the bait. And Jin just kind of gave up on it.
Breathlessly.
My heal's not as, like, OP as I think it is later. Like, sitting in that E that she's probably maxing. It's probably not good. I should have just used it in lane just to heal up. Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely convinced that's as much of a Grand Slam win as you guys think it is. Like, that one-on-one. I mean, yeah, like, I see the, like, obviously I see some of the results here, but, like, Mordekaiser at this elo, like, I know there are really good Fioras out there, but there are also some pretty bad Fioras. Like, Fioras, like, can be pretty good, but... I still think playing around bottom is the play. I was ignited too, I guess, yeah. It felt like Jin could have gone harder on that, but I should have just ulted anyways.
Through my work, you shall transcend.
Swiftly.
Holy shit, she's there too?
Breathlessly.
Wow, that was weird. She doesn't have...
Upon the wing.
Yeah, this dude's doing alright, this Shaco. Shaco was like, I think he was the very first champion I wanted to play in League of Legends.
With ease.
Enemy killing spree.
Are we going for this? Yeah. Let's do it.
As you wish.
Victor just could not get that priority. Okay, well we stopped Dragon, and I think it was a 2-for-1, maybe -1. I think it was a -1 down here and a +1 up top.
In harmony.
Oh, Rel? Did she gank top? I didn't even notice that.
As you wish.
When did she gank middle? I thought she was bottom basically the whole time from what I saw.
Swiftly.
Damn, dude, these games are getting rowdy today. These have been some pretty good games. Well, that last one wasn't, but like the other three have been pretty good. As far as like at least close games.
Breathlessly. As you wish.
Fuck, I clicked the wrong thing. He was already dead before my shield came up, so I could not have shielded him, and I could have shielded the Jhin for a little more damage there. I mean, maybe if I shielded him instead of the tower. I didn't see that he was wanting to go for that until after I'd already used the shield, though.
You inspire me.
Yeah.
An enemy has been slain.
In harmony. Breathlessly. Swiftly.
I guess let's get a couple of control words. What do I need to get this game? Probably just redemption. The Genius Hunter, like, seemed pretty good, but I think it's probably a little underwhelming.
Upon the wind.
An enemy has been slain.
The tempest is upon me.
Is he just he's just guessing? That's annoying.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Swiftly.
Victor get her? I don't know.
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
As you wish.
Alright, Fifi's getting the farm up a little bit. That's good.
An enemy has been slain.
Swiftly.
Get him, Fifi! Oh, she entered? She diving some towers and shit? Fifi cracks me up. Used to call this guy at the card shop back in the day. His name was Felix. Call him Fifi sometimes, or Felix Finkel. It's like the best Magic player in the world at the time was John Finkel. Vision.
Swiftly.
Slain an enemy.
Nice. Yeah, I just distracted her there so that Victor could 1v1.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright. I'll give him the solo gold, I guess.
Has destroyed a turret.
It's not gonna count towards my achievements or challenges, but I suppose I'll allow it. Kraken Slayer Shaco. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem horrible. Really? Yeah, I was hoping she'd try to flash for that.
Upon the wind.
Oh, I didn't actually realize that the clone can proc it too. Yeah, that seems extremely good then.
An ally has been slain. Double kill.
This guy's such a fucking clown.
Unstoppable.
Dude, Jin, shut the hell up, man. It's obviously a good play. That's why I thought he was pinging it, because it was a good play. And he's like, wow, you shouldn't have left. I don't give a shit if you used a 2-minute cooldown for a 5-minute cooldown on their engaged champion that can't really engage without flash. You're just lucky I used my traps and root. It's like, did he? Did he literally do any of that? Like, I'm not saying shit that I just saved his ass right there from Shyvana. This is why I mute. It's like, bro, are you serious? People just feel like they always have to say stuff, man. I don't...
Gale winds unleashed.
ADC players? No, I think most ADC players are fine. I mean, what he says is not even that bad. It's just dumb. Like, that's why I'm... I mean, like, the dumb stuff gets me thinking, like, more than the, like, the mean stuff a lot of the time.
Dominating.
Upon the wind.
Enemy double kill.
With ease.
Enemy triple kill.
Oh my god. Moofy.
Upon the wind.
Damn, he be attacking fast.
Enemy has been slain.
Jin gonna ult or what? I guess he's just gonna do that.
Has been slain. Can't stop running.
Breathlessly.
Yeah, Shiv's dead, so. Janna is fun, man. I like Janna. I know some people don't like her, but she is pretty fun. Like all the reactive stuff and the activatable items. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe she'll still be playable next patch. I mean, she'll probably still have like a 52% win rate or something. Sona's alright too. I feel like Janna is a bit safer, but maybe not. I mean, Soraka is getting some pretty hard buffs next patch. Like, they're taking away her ability to remove Grievous Wounds with the ult.
Swiftly.
But... fuck is this? What the fuck? How the hell did we lose that? That was Misfortune's ult, but... oh, Collector? Collector just deleted everybody? We just all got collected. I guess I should have been watching for the Misfortune more. Yeah, but you still get, like... I forgot what all she was getting to compensate. It was like 50 more HP on the ult or something. So it's like significantly better if they don't have Grievous, but a little bit worse if they do.
Has been destroyed.
I think it just depends on the matchup with the LDR collector, I think. I don't know. Like, we have a squishy team, so collector's definitely better here. Okay, I mean, that was a really bad sequence for us. I don't know who the hell, I guess Shyvana got the credit for it, though. Somehow Misfortune... No, it couldn't have been the collector that killed us, because Misfortune only got 1 kill. Something else just made... It was like the dragon sound I can execute. But none of them have Dark Harvest. I don't know. It's weird.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
What are we doing? We're just like randomly fighting across the map.
Rampage.
We need to just stop.
Double kill.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they're doing it. Sort of. Yeah, I forgot to... I'll have to look up the Sejuani support thing.
Breathlessly.
Forgot if they're nerfing Sona or not next patch. I'll have to look and see. I mean, Sona's not really an outlier. Janna has like an almost 55% win rate, I think, overall. And they're taking her shield down by like 10. And they're making her a little slower. Like, they're doing several things to her.
In harmony.
If you are splitting bottom. I think she beats Mord now. I'm not 100% about that, though. She does have quite a bit of lifesteal. She does not have TP, so we gotta remember that.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Breathlessly.
An ally
Don't
has
die
been
before this
slain.
spawns, please.
Act 1. Whirlwinds unleashed. Upon the wind.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Act 1.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. An ally has been slain.
I mean, I guess we got an inhibitor, which is good, but...
Breathlessly.
I guess Fiora is just trying to.
The face of your killer is
She's gonna trade an inhibitor for it. Maybe.
Has destroyed a turret.
As you wish. Upon the wing.
How was he able to flash that? Alright, it's just misfortune.
Enemy double kill.
Upon the wind.
Yeah, they're gonna get that. We could have just taken inhibitor and then backed up. What's that Yone doing? I think he was just trying to kill me. He was trying to trade a kill. Alright, what do I even get here? They don't have any CC, really. So I guess we just get Ardent. I'm just gonna wait on it.
In harmony.
No, he was trying to kill me. He was trying to trade a kill. I mean, I guess he thought he was dead anyways, maybe. I mean, he could have R'd and escaped, I'm pretty sure, instead of going for me. But yeah, the W... He was just trying to be fancy, hoping I would get close enough to his clone, I think, or his little bounce back. Yeah, he could have R'd out instead of Wing out or whatever. It's just like too much YOLOing going. Wow, is she gonna get out? Holy shit.
As you wish.
If she would have just turned around and gotten that heal and waited on me before going back in, I think maybe we could turn that, but...
As you wish.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been
Can you guys just stop fucking running away from the healer? Like... Oh my god. Kite him this way, man. Like, nobody listens to pings. Because it's like, I can get people out of almost anything if they just come to me.
With ease.
the enemy's inhibitor.
I mean,
is respawning soon.
about all we can do is just... like, we can keep pressuring inhibitors, I guess, but... just clear their wards and try to take their camps. For the next little bit.
Swiftly. Breathlessly.
ally has been slain.
Bro, please. Okay.
An enemy has been slain.
With ease.
The enemy's Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Now it's not overstay. Come on. Let's make sure we get this shit.
Swiftly. Upon the wind.
Killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Soul Baron and Elder. Well, I mean, they just randomly fought and got him, I guess. Cut him off, but I think the safer play was just get Elder, go get Baron, buy, and then walk it in. No problem for challenges. Oh no, my god, those challenges. Janna WinCon. We did pretty well. I mean, we just scaled. Like, Fiora died a lot and blah, 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 but, like, late game, she was still good. Shaco played well. That's interesting. Yeah, he's going for, like, an on-hit build with the clone. I think. Which is kind of cool. And then Victor was a beast late game. Jen kind of did some stuff late game, but... I mean, really the only person I thought that was, like, kind of scary was that Mordekaiser in that game, but... Alright, what time is it? Okay. I think that's probably got to be it. Entering winner's queue. We won one game. I think we were 50-50. We might have even been -1 tonight. I can't remember. I think we won 2 and lost 2. But anyways, we'll get back in there tomorrow. So thank y'all very much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it. We'll see if I can get that patch preview out for you tomorrow. I meant to do it today. Didn't get it, but we'll try to get it tomorrow. But anyways, thank y'all. Have a good day, and we'll see everybody next time.